Okay, so I don't even know where to begin because I'm just in complete shock right now. I I wasn't really expecting this to happen today at all, and I don't, I don't know. Like, I'm like the happiest I've been since like May. And I don't really know if I should be like posting this or I don't know. But anyways, so I met this girl last summer. Not last summer, summer of 2007. It was in August. And I immediately knew that I was attracted to her. But I was very intimidated by her. I was like the thoughts that were going through my head were, oh my goodness, she's in the army. She's stronger than me, tougher than me, and a badass, pretty much. And I was very intimidated because I had just started liking girls and admitting to liking girls. So, I don't know. Hold on, there's something moving around in my house. It's very distracting. Okay, anyways. Okay. So then we start talking, and, we were talking like every day, and I was living in a hotel, and she was gonna come see me, and we would, like, seriously, we would text and talk to each other for like hours and hours and hours a day. She told me like some of her deepest secrets, and I'm a completely open person, and so I told her my secrets. But after that, I moved to Kentucky in like November, and we just kind of stopped talking because she had a girlfriend, and she was in love with her girlfriend. So I just kind of like backed off. Moved to Kentucky, and then we started talking again when she came back from basic training in March or April. I think it was April. Or maybe May. One of those months of 2011. We started talking again all the time. Texting, calling, Skyping all the time. Like, it was crazy. So then we she called me one day and she was like, "Hey, I'm bored. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. Just coming home from school." And she's like, "Well, I'm bored." I was like, "Well, that sucks. You should just drive down to Kentucky and come see me." 6 hours later, she shows up with her friends, and we party, and I go back to their hotel with them, and we have this crazy mind-blowing sex that just, it's crazy mind-blowing. And the whole time, like, I knew I was in love with this girl. Like, I knew I loved her since we were talking while I was living in the hotel, and we were talking, like, all the time, texting and Skyping and calling and it was just because I told her everything about me, and she basically told me everything about her. So I fell in love with her because nobody's ever been that open to me. And if they have, then they were just a friend, or I wasn't interested in them, or something else. But this girl has always given me complete, like, comfortableness, if that's a word. Like, I can be myself around her. I could tell her anything. I can pretty much do whatever I want and she won't judge me, and I love that. And I'm still, like, extremely attracted to her. Like, she's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And she just, like, I can't even describe this feeling because it's just this extremely crazy feeling that I get, and I've never gotten this with anybody else. Like, I've talked to so many girls since she came to Kentucky in May. I've talked to so many girls, but none of them gave me even the slightest bit of the feeling she gives me. And she doesn't even have to do anything. She can call me, text me, Skype me, say hey on Facebook, or I could just hear the name or hear a song that'll remind me of her, or see something and be like, oh, I remember when we went there, we talked about that, and it'll just bring back all those crazy feelings, like just thinking about her. And I used to dream about her all the time, like, it was like to the point where it was every night I would dream about her, and then the dream would come true, and it was really starting to, like, creep me out, because that doesn't happen to me. I don't tell the future or dream about shit and then it happens, but it does with her. And lately I've been I've been dreaming about her, and it's just out of the blue, like crazy random. Like, I don't know why. And so I've been thinking about her lately. Then she messaged me on Facebook today, and she was like, hey, stranger, what's going on? And I'm like, nothing. And then we were talking, and I told her to get on Skype, so she did. And we were basically just teasing each other, like, you know, she's like, I was asking her about her and her new girlfriend. Because after she left and went back to Chicago, she met this girl, and I knew it was going to happen. Like, I had this the worst feeling that she was going to meet somebody, and it was just, she was going to forget about me, and it just, it ate me up. And I had to stop talking to her, otherwise I would have been, like, completely heartbroken more than I already was. But she did tell me that she found someone. She can't do long distance relationships because she needs to be able to see her girlfriend all the time, because if she's gonna be with someone, she wants to physically and mentally and completely be with them. So I understood that, and I was like, alright, well, at that point I didn't have my license yet, so I wasn't really pushing her. And then I found out that she got that girlfriend, and it completely, like, ate me apart, and I was like, you know what, this is bullshit, I'm not gonna talk to her anymore. And I was like, if only she knew how much I cared about her. But I wasn't about to put myself out there and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I love you, and I cannot believe you're doing this to me, you just broke my heart, blah blah blah. I wasn't gonna say that to her, because then I would just make myself look like an idiot if she didn't say anything back. So I just kept it inside, bit my tongue, talked to her when she needed me to talk, because she could tell me anything, and she knows that, so she'll call me and she'll tell me about what's going on in her life and keep me updated. And deep down, I knew that, like, I was okay with her being with her girlfriend now, because I knew that she would come back to me. Like, if it was meant to be, she would be back. So today she messaged me on Facebook, and we haven't really talked. We probably talked like 3 or 4 times since May, just updating each other about life and stuff. And she's never mean to me. She's never mean to me. She's always completely respectful, doesn't want to hurt me. She does everything with the best intentions. And today she messaged me and said, hey, and then we were talking. We were just, like, we were talking about, She was like, haha. She said something and I was like, whatever, you know you love me. And she's like, no, you love me. And I was like, no, you love me. Just joking. Like, just joking around. And later on in the conversation, she was like, okay, we'll smile. And I was like, I can't just smile. Like, she's like, smile big with teeth. Because I was not trying to smile. And I was like, well, you're going to have to make me smile. And she's like, okay, I got this. And then she waited like 3 minutes. And then said, I love you. I always have. And I was just floored. Like, I didn't know, like, what to say. And she said, let me see. She was like, so you were right. I do love you. I always have. Since I saw you in your heart boxers. And then I was like, are you serious? And she's like, I wouldn't lie when I'm drunk. You caught me. And I was like, I'm confused because that sounded like she did lie. Like, you caught me in a lie. And I was like, I'm confused. And she's like, you know I'm so honest when I'm drinking. It gets me in trouble. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And she's like, and I like was so happy. I like could not stop smiling. So she's like, quit smiling. And I was like, I can't. And she's like, you're too excited. And I was like, you got me. She was like, I know. Look, you're biting your nails. And I was like, and she's like, what's on your mind? And I was like, you. And she's like, how so? And I'm like, I'm in shock. She's like, why? And I was like, when did you see my heart boxers? And she's like, the very first time we met when we went to Chicago. She's like, you think I forgot? Well, I didn't. And I was like, damn, that was really soon. The day we met, she said she fell in love with me. She's like, and you hated me that day. And I was like, no, I didn't. I was intimidated by you. And she's like, why? And I said, I wasn't finished with the thing I said before. I was like, no, I didn't. I was intimidated by you until I realized you were softy. And she's like, why though? And I was like, because you're in the army, you're stronger than me, you're a badass. And I don't know, it was just all like, whoa, I cannot let this girl know I'm attracted to her, so I'll just be mean. And she's like, rude. And I was like, yeah, but I'm still in shock. She's like, so I'm drunk, sober up time. And I was like, why are you trying to sober up? And she's like, and I was like, and you were right too, but you already knew that. And she's like, because earlier she was like, no, I know you love me. You always have and you always will. And I denied it because I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here and look like a fucking crazy ass 17-year-old girl that's in love with this 21-year-old. That's stupid. So then she was she was basically saying, oh, hold on. She was basically saying when I get back from deployment, because she's deploying to Afghanistan in March, she was basically saying, well, I'll move, if me and my girlfriend break up, which we probably are because we fight all the time, and she secretly hates me, she's like, if me and her break up, then I want to move down to Kentucky, live with you for a little bit, until I get my own place, and make it right with us. And she was like, I'm trying to find the actual, when she said it to me. We were talking for like 3 hours. Oh, I know where it is. Hold on. Okay, so I was like, we were talking about the sex that we had in the hotel, and she was talking about how great my boobs are and how great my ass is and all that, and I was like, randomly, I was like, okay, so it broke my heart when you met your girlfriend, just saying, and she's like, uh-oh, why? And I was like, because I like you so much, and I knew it was gonna happen. She's like, I told you before, if it wasn't for the distance, I'd be with you, more than you'll know. And I tried long distance before, and I couldn't do it. I'm someone who has to see my girlfriend all the time, obviously. And I was like, yeah, especially because I was broke and I didn't have my license yet. And she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't mean to. And I was like, I understand, I'm over it. And she's like, that's the last thing I wanted to do. No, you're not. And I was like, well, I'm just glad we're talking now. And she's like, you think I don't know you. I know you're not over it, and I really am sorry. You gotta remember, I'm kinda like a guy. You have to be honest with me or I'll never know. You keep your feelings so hidden. And I was like, yeah, I know. I was avoiding scaring you off at any length. And she's like, it just sucks because my girlfriend loved me and who I was and everything at first. Now she doesn't, and it's like, I think it's my fault, but whatever. I'm over it. Girls suck. You wouldn't have, though. Talking about how I would have scared her off. She's like, but you wouldn't have. You never could, and I told you that repeatedly. And I said, I forgave you a long time ago, though, without you even apologizing, because I knew that you do everything with the best intentions. And she said, yeah, and I fucked up again, don't I always? My ex-girlfriend looked me square in the face on my birthday and told me that, and I was like, what? And she's like, it has nothing to do with me, you got involved with this, blah, 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 blah. And then I told her, I've talked to plenty of girls since you, but none of them gave me those crazy feelings I felt when I was with you. She's like, I promise if I end up moving out there, we're gonna be together and I'll treat you right, okay? I was like, you didn't fuck up with me, otherwise I'd be gone. But I knew that someday I'll get another chance with you. She's like, yep, honestly, only reason I'd move out there is for you. That's the only drive. Yes, I have family, but fuck 'em. And I'd move out there for your sister too. And that like made me extremely happy just by her saying that. And she said she'll protect my sister from stupid ass boys. And I was like, well, you need to come down here. And she's like, I want to. And I was like, you're making me nervous. And she's like, I miss kissing you. And I was like, you're gonna make me cry. And then she's like, why? And I was like, because I never believed you liked me, and it was just like too good to believe. And that was before she told me she loved me. And I was already like in shock that she would even like say that she would move down here and be with me and we'd be perfect for each other. And then she started singing to me and stuff. But like tonight, I just like my life is like fucking complete because I finally like got the answer that I've been waiting for. Like I finally like have the chance to make it right this time and stop being such a pussy about telling her shit, like how I feel. I don't know, like I really hope that this works out because I can't see myself liking any other girl like I like her. Like she's honestly like captured my heart and apparently I've got hers. But she's at the bar right now and she's gonna be back soon, so I'm gonna get off here and decide if I want to post this on Facebook or not. It's like a 20, not Facebook, Tumblr, fuck Facebook, no. There's way too many people that know her, and I don't want to expose her or jinx anything or get her in trouble with her girlfriend. So I'm just basically sharing this with you guys, and that's a little sneak peek into my life. Thanks for watching this 20-minute video of me rambling. Bye.